be honest with you right now, okay? I'll be honest with you. If I met a beautiful girl tomorrow, there'd be one thing I'd be thinking about doing to her. And if I, all honesty, and be many men like me, if I seen a girl in a wheelchair, I'd be thinking, well, I can't do that anyway.
Why can't you do that? Don't get me wrong, I don't know the biology, but I'm assuming girls in wheelchairs... Hold on a second. I'm assuming girls in wheelchairs can, have sex.
Yeah, but I don't want to be...
That's a ridiculous, ignorant statement to make, Colm. So just because somebody's in a wheelchair, you can't get into bed with them and have sex with them?
This guy's just in ignorance.
You want to be breaking it anymore, you know what I mean?
What did you say? Sorry, what did you say, Bob? Bob?
That's
What do you mean?
What he just said there, I don't want to break anything else. It's ridiculous. No, ignorance, and...
Yeah.
I don't know. People like that upset me,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to paint a realistic view of this.
You're not painting a realistic... You're coming across now as being a complete shallow arsehole.
Mm-hmm.
You have this preconceived notion in your head now about people in wheelchair that you don't know anything about at all.
Yeah, but
so maybe you should educate yourself, Colin, a little bit before you come on the air and talk about it.
Well,
But mind you, that might take an awful lot for you, because mind you, you've only got 2 brain cells. It wouldn't take you too long.
Well, cheers. I love that. You mean it's the common human nature is what I come on this.
It's not, Niall. There's nothing to do with common human nature, right? This chap, what you said tonight, Niall. This chap is being texting, email, and the whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously scared of the beautiful face. Okay, she had to think. Okay, I like this chap, and this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how do I present myself to this chap?
Yeah.
I'm telling this chap to go forward, meet this girl, and take it from there, right? And do not bow to his stupid friends, because at the end of the day...
hopefully his friends won't be like Colin.
Bloody gone.
Yeah, hopefully his friends won't be like Colin. Hold on, wait there, Terry, Colin and Bob, if you can. Jessica Niall sent us in a tweet here. It says, I have a vision impairment. When I meet guys, having to tell them or having to tell him really freaks me out. I bet she's just as unsure, possibly, as him. Yeah, it's a good point, Jessica. And I'm just looking, actually, got Jessica's profile there. Beautiful looking girl, actually, Colin. Just because somebody might have a visual impairment or somebody might be in a wheelchair doesn't mean there's anything actually wrong with them. You can have beautiful people in all sorts of walks of life.
No, it's like he sees the wheelchair and not the person who uses the wheelchair through no fault of their own, as I said in the text.
Yeah.
I'm
assuming, have you ever, but can I ask you, have you ever dated an able-bodied person?
Well,
I'm just curious.
I tried to, let's put it that way.
Right, okay.
I tried to, I am friends with able-bodied people, all right. And
you're not an alien. You know,
no, exactly.
But this is what Colin is making it out, that his friends, obviously, whatever his friends think that, for example, he shouldn't be dating a girl in a wheelchair. As he said, they see the wheel before they see the person.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. He's judging a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like a lovely guy. You sound like a lovely guy. But this is the world.
Yeah, but I mean, God forbid...
This is sad to the world. And this is just thing that this guy has to be aware of. I'm meant to give him advice here. And also I'm saying is that if you sound like a lovely guy, right? But if someone, you went on a first date and the person just dumped you right away, what would you be thinking?
Well, that's their loss, not mine. Move on.
I'm fair play, but think now. What happens now if this guy thinks I can't do that because this person be thinking I'm going to get rid of him because I'm in a wheelchair, and then he's trapped, and it's just, I just think that it might be an old damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
Colin is concerned, about his sex life. That was one of his first concerns. Can I have sex with a girl in a wheelchair? Which is the most ignorant statement I'm sure anybody has ever heard. And of course it depends obviously on the reason she's in the wheelchair in the first place, but I'm pretty sure 90% of the time there's not a problem having sex with a girl in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I mean, Colin, you just don't stray from your ignorance at all, do you?
Definitely not, he doesn't.
Just a bit of realism now, that's, you know what I mean?
Sorry?
Bit of realism.
A bit of realism?
Yeah.
But if you were using realism, you'd actually, you would have probably done a little bit of research before you opened your gob tonight.
Exactly.
These concerns that it's going through his head, I tell you.
But no, I'm sure it's not going through his head. The guy had the intelligence to email a radio station, so I'm pretty sure he had the intelligence to use Google and find out, can a person in a wheelchair have sex?
Look, I'm just saying.
If that was the sum total of what he wanted her for, which I doubt very much, I doubt he's as shallow as you.
Yeah. So, if everyone's saying that she's as beautiful as she is, everyone's fine with this whole thing.
Well, I don't know how beautiful it is. He says she's good looking in the email. She says she's a gorgeous girl. And he says, talks to her on the phone, she's a lovely girl.
What if she's the most beautiful girl? What if she's the most beautiful girl? And whenever you see a beautiful girl on, you see Rihanna or something, there's only one thought going through your head. And I just guarantee that wouldn't be going through your head if she was in a wheelchair.
So, in other words, you see the wheelchair before the person. That's very intelligent.
Well, let me ask you something hypothetical, Colin, right?
Okay.
And let me just leave your ignorance aside for the second, right? Let me say, hypothetically, you meet the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, Colin, right? Hypothetically, you see her, right? You know that you can have sex with the girl because she's capable of having sex. You know that you have a wonderful life ahead of you and you've loads in common, but she's in a wheelchair. Would just the fact that she's in a wheelchair, would that stop you from dating her?
That's a tricky. That's a tricky thing.
It's not a tricky thing. It's a quite. You see,
How?
I'm thinking you're putting the wheelchair first. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're thinking of the wheelchair. You're not thinking of the person at all.
Because you're thinking, as anyone does, you always go through. You get along with someone. Oh, future plans. You're thinking, what happens when I bring this home?
Yes.
What happens when I bring? What happens when I bring it home to the parents? So they're going to say, "Should I in the wheelchair?" That'd be upsetting. There's too much. There's too much.
What's wrong with bringing her home to? What's wrong with bringing her home to your parents in a wheelchair?
You worry about how you worry. Like I said earlier on.
Why would you be? But hold on.
You're worried about how everyone is going to react.
Well, that's their problem. If someone reacts badly, I believe that's their problem, not yours.